Picture turning on your phone to see a giant purple guy spinning planets, not just an Instagram meme. For many, Galactus is the first world devourer they heard of. Moro in the manga was likely inspired by this character. Today's question is simple, as always at Universe Z. If this hungry being appeared in the Dragon Ball universe, when in the timeline would he be stopped, if at all? Before the main course, let's agree on the house rules. Galactus will arrive on Earth at various points in history, allowing everyone in each era to unite against him. Heroes, villains, anyone present counts. The goal is to see how far he could realistically go. Remember to use official numbered power levels. Since it's only up to the Cell Saga, I won't focus on that much. We then use character statements and, when necessary, fan estimates with scale references, but always keep it realistic. So, let's start at the end of classic Dragon Ball. Right after that, there's the 23rd Tenkaichi Budokai. This is the peak of the pre-Z period. Goku and Piccolo are way ahead of the rest. Master Roshi, Tien Shinhan, and Kami are the best supporting characters. The clear rule is the moon level. Master Roshi destroys it with a Kamehameha. Goku demonstrates something at that level later on. You can raise the ceiling by using guides and anime explosion readings to suggest planetary potential when techniques are channeled. But the uncomfortable truth is that, without a charged technique, no one is punching a planet into the sky in this era. But what about Galactus? Let's find out now. Even at his weakest, he still sweeps worlds automatically. In fights with cosmic beings, planets could be destroyed, and his origin is tied to world-shaking power. So here, a practical result would be that the classic cast together wouldn't be able to hold him back. And at first, this seems obvious to anyone watching. So we wrap things up and get straight to the main part, the Z phase. Before we start this topic, I want to share a life-changing message that could impact you too. Have you noticed how much the world has changed recently? We're always connected as technology advances, and amid it all, one thing keeps getting stronger: Bitcoin. Since I mentioned this on the channel a month ago, Bitcoin's value has risen over 15%. We all need goals, freedom, and yes, Bitcoin. Why? Bitcoin had the highest return over the past 10 years, averaging over 70% annual growth. Meanwhile, the real fell over 50% against the dollar, while Bitcoin rose more than 4,000%. And today it's already a reality. Remember, only 21 million Bitcoins exist worldwide, and 19 million are already mined. Bitcoin is becoming scarce. There's not enough for everyone, and those who buy now could gain future control. Who can hold on to it? Your money can't be confiscated, making this a way to protect and diversify your assets. And if you're curious about Bitcoin but never knew where to start, this is the right time. MB, the largest digital asset platform in Latin America, has an amazing campaign for new clients. See how easy it is? Open a free account in under 5 minutes, invest at least 50 Ries in Bitcoin, and you're done. Within 7 days, you'll get 25 Ries credited to your MB account for any use. Now is the best time to invest in the currency of the future and start right. With a platform that provides transparency and full security, complying with the Central Bank, Comissão de Valores Mobiliários, and Ambima. To join, simply scan the QR code on the screen or use the link in the description or pinned comment. Even if you're not investing now, download the app, create an account, and explore. Learning is the first step. And in the end, Bitcoin isn't just a trend, it's a game changer. It's your future self thanking you for what you did today. Stop watching your money lose value. Stop neglecting your future and your family's future. Link is in the description and pinned comment. Thanks, MB. When we get to the Saiyajin Saga, the power scale jumps a lot. We have clear statements about planet-level destruction for elites like Vegeta. Goku with the Kaioken can push even beyond that. The anime depicts Saiyajins destroying worlds with massive star-sized explosions, although these scenes may differ across mediums. Even so, the show still focuses on two main protagonists. Nappa and the rest are irrelevant compared to Goku and Vegeta. Putting this group against Galactus would be more interesting. Even when starving, he has shown he can release energy waves across multiple star systems. And that's beyond wiping out a planet or star-sized explosions from the Saiyajin elite. He effortlessly eats Earth for dinner again. And the next stop would be Namekusei. On Namek, the leap is intense. Frieza famously destroyed planet Vegeta. There's a huge gap between his 530,000 base and the 100 million he reaches. With all the transformations, Goku reaches a point where discussing multiple star systems isn't an exaggeration. But we're not at that level yet. Not yet. The prolonged explosion on Namek, spreading chaos and consuming space, reinforces that. Saying Namakuse's explosion could destroy the solar system doesn't mean the character caused it. It's the first time you can picture Goku and Frieza teaming up to fight a weakened Galactus. It still sounds forced. Galactus and his creations demonstrate erasing pieces of reality in battles, and his hunger disappears when he has real energy. Sometimes, even as a side effect, this easily pushes Devora Mundus past the Namakuse ceiling. The Namakuseiden's best option is to delay the disaster and evacuate. Winning isn't possible here. Now we enter the androids and Cell era, where a key change happens. The classic line about destroying the solar system is just that. The solar system, not the galaxy. The infinite power in the anime is hyperbole and shouldn't be taken literally, since Dragon Ball uses many exaggerations. Let's stay grounded. At Cell Saga's peak, we can be certain it's at most universal level. That's taking the most generous interpretation possible. Frieza himself had already said he would destroy the entire universe. But when we think about Frieza and Cell, it might seem a bit forced again. The Majin Buu saga maintains the power ceiling, only adding multipliers through fusions, absorptions, and Buu's strongest forms. If you set Cell or Buu as the universal benchmark, the rest of Z keeps flirting with that ceiling. But it doesn't reach something like multi-multi on a cosmic scale. What about Galactus, given that these characters are already much more absurd? And Majin Buu already had feats of annihilation that could destroy several timelines at the same time. Recently, I see the comments and a lot of people who watch the video but don't really understand. Dragon Ball really underestimates the powers in Dragon Ball. But here, even ignoring weapons like the Total Nullifier and focusing just on feats, there are moments when he deals with universe-sized structures as if they were manageable. He surpasses cosmic limits, changes, sustains, and collapses beyond the warrior's reach. So the bottom line is that, in Z, he can still eat the Earth if he wants. Then Dragon Ball Super comes in and the standard changes. The Goku vs. Beerus clash immediately shakes Universe 7's structure, yet people say it didn't even shake Earth. Dragon Ball always has setting inconsistencies, so this will keep happening. But that doesn't diminish the character's real power. After that, the main cast quickly surpasses that level, even in base form, and new transformations widen the gap further. Add techniques with unique traits, like Hakai, and the range of options grows beyond Z. Plus, the Zeno card can erase entire timelines under Dragon Ball's cosmic rules. Let's organize this analysis honestly. We can measure Galactus' size in two ways, and we'll examine both. Lens 1, a stricter interpretation of direct feats. If Galactus is limited to isolated demonstrations on a universal scale, for the first time, the Dragon Ball team has a realistic chance to win. Goku in the current Nintendo Superior versions, Vegeta with his upgrades, fusions like Vegito and even Gogeta, Beerus himself combining brute strength, mastery, and Rex, all of these could create a package that could have a win scenario in this case. It wouldn't be easy or guaranteed, but there'd be a chance. But we also have Perspective 2, which is a complete reading of Cosmology. Accepting the idea that Galactus exists makes the floor vanish. We're talking about an infinite multiverse, with layers above it where each step is dimensional. Beyond the previous infinity, Galactus acts, fights, and interacts here. Often we only see one side of him, not the whole. In recent stories, Galactus' energy was used as a battery to defeat forces that erased a whole multiverse interaction. It's a level with no functional equivalent yet. The database solutions, including Zeno, are internal authorities within their own system of rules. Zeno's authority doesn't extend beyond that system. It would be much like my last battle, Goku from Heroes vs. Saitama from Earth 3. Here, it wouldn't really be a physical fight, but rather a system of layers, where whoever operates on a higher layer would be able to win. You might ask, but what about tactics and strategy? If Universe 7 had a chance, it would be less about breaking him and more about containing, sealing, redirecting, or draining him. Angels could alter situations to disrupt opponents' cosmic energy within Dragon Ball's rules. Some people don't realize this video focuses on the Dragon Ball character while retaining their powers. But fusions and gods could buy time. However, this requires conditions that the story has never presented as trivial. But if there's a path in Dragon Ball Z for this fight to happen, it would be more along these lines. So, where does Galactus realistically fit within the world of Dragon Ball? Well, it depends on which lens you choose to wear. If you analyze the more conservative feats, he starts to encounter real resistance in the middle of Super, when the technical toolbox and the contemporary multipliers come together and make a difference. But if you accept Galactus in the full scope of your cosmology, there's no beautiful story that can withstand it. He would review the whole work. I wanted to say it's a tough match, but realistically, Dragon Ball Super doesn't reach that level and likely never will. So in this case, he would be Galactus, who could defeat Goku, unlike Moro, and yes, he could eat the Earth, and there would be nothing Goku could do. Beerus, or even Zen himself, oh? Considering that, cosmologically, Galactus would be on a higher level, since he operates in an infinite multiverse, with layers above him, where each dimensional step is beyond the previous infinity. Something that, within the Dragon Ball universe, would completely break all the concepts and go beyond the limits of the series. Creating a video like this is a lot of work. Please like, it helps a lot. To get the next ones, subscribe to the channel, and here on the screen there are other videos you might really like. Don't forget to open your account at MB as well. If you let this opportunity pass, you'll regret it. This could be your chance to build your future now. Just scan the code. Thanks for your support. I'll stop here. See you.